Well, look, if you don't mind, I might ask a few other questions, a little bit more sort of general questions as well. First of all, about the medication. You're obviously on those 2 medications. Do you take any other tablets at all?
I take glucosamine for my joints, which so far seems to be working fine because they're not giving me any trouble at all. And I have to take cod liver oil and things like that for the joints and for hoping to keep colds at bay. Yeah. And I take ginkgo for to help kind of keep the brain cells ticking over.
Yeah. Anything else at all? Is there anything else you get on prescription or that you buy over the counter at all?
I do have Cellus, I think it's called. It's an erectile dysfunction aid, which I don't use very often, but it works.
Okay. And are you happy with that one? It's working well.
Yes.
It's not causing any difficulties at all that you
No,
noticed?
no difficulties I'm aware of. No.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Very good. Can I ask if you're allergic to anything as well? I suppose I need to know that.
Not as far as I know. Yes.
Excellent. What do you do for a living? Are you working? Or
No, I'm retired now. I used to be a programs manager for a computer firm.
Okay. And when did you retire?
7 years ago. Retired at 60, yes.
Good. Keeping busy in retirement?
Oh yes, we go to a lot of museums and galleries, and as I said, the theatre and the cinema. And I have a sort of part-time job which only happens in October and November. It's delivering electoral forms for people to fill in, which is kind of big money and keeps me kind of walking the streets, which I think is good, isn't it?
Do your symptoms cause problems with that at all? I mean,
well, indeed, the
trying to know where
toilets these days
are
are not as frequent as they used to be. So I have to sort of slightly be aware of that. Yes.
People do tend to plan where the public toilets are and know.
Absolutely, and know which pub is, doesn't mind me going in, just a glass of water and use the facilities.
Can I ask you if you smoke or drink?
I smoked when I was at university, but that's a long time ago. I do drink, yeah.
Can I ask how much alcohol you drink?
Well, we usually have a glass of wine with the meal, and if we decide not to, I usually have a gin and tonic. So I drink beer sometimes as well. Spirits occasionally at parties and things, Christmas and so on. Yeah.
Do you find drinking alcohol affects your symptoms? Do you find it makes things worse?
Well, I ease up on the beer now, I have to say. I tend to go for the wine and the gin and tonics, just simply to ease the amount going through.
Yeah. I mean, certainly alcohol can affect things, and then water works, as you may know. If you remember drinking pints of beer when you're younger, you do tend to go a lot more and can get up at night as a result.
Well, I'm sort of a bit aware of that now, and you don't have too much to drink, but be it alcohol or not.
That was my next question, actually, in terms of what else you drink. Do you drink tea and coffee at all?
I drink a lot of coffee, I have to say. I do drink a lot of coffee, and I do have one after dinner most nights with every night I drink.
What time might that be? What time's your sort of last drink of the evening?
The coffee will be about, say, 8 o'clock, say. Yes, if we're at home, yes. Yeah. That would be the last drink, I think, yes. Yes, because we don't drink after dinner, wine with the meal, but we don't drink after dinner.
Okay. Now, just a little bit about your sort of past medical problems that you might have had. Any major medical problems I need to know about?
Well, I've had a few operations, the appendix.
Let me make a note, if you don't mind, there's a couple of things. So the appendix, you said?
Appendix, which was, 30 years ago now.
Okay.
Yes. And I've had 2 hernia operations, inguinal hernia. And the first one was gallstones as well.
Okay. And with that, I'm sorry, you carry on.
Years and years ago, I had a sort of virus that they thought might be glandular fever. Maybe it wasn't, I don't know. That's what it's like glandular fever.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was in the 70s. The hernia operations were 90 and 98, so the last one was just
not long ago. And were they on different sides? The hernias on one on each side?
Yes.
Okay. Fair enough. Any other medical problems? Any sort of?
Oh, I had hepatitis years ago. Yes.
Do we know what type that was? Did they ever explain what it was or where you got it from?
No, they didn't actually. I now know there's all those A, B's and C's, and they may have told me, I may have forgotten, to be honest. Yes.
And you said that was a little while ago, though,
yes.
and you've not had any problems since. It's not been an ongoing thing.
In my just after university, I went travelling in South America, and I might have picked it up there. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Any heart problems at all, or lung problems?
Well, I don't know if it ran through, but my dad had pancreatic cancer. And it killed him when he was 65.
Yeah.
So that sort of was slightly in my mind.
Sure.
30 years ago now, but well, I'm older than he was.
Okay. Anything else? Is your mother still alive?
No, she's not, unfortunately, but she more or less, she more or less faded away in his old age, really.
Sure. And brothers and sisters at all?
No, I'm only child.
Okay. And a little bit more specifically, was there any problems with prostate problems? I mean, did your dad have any prostate problems that you know
Not
of?
that I can remember, no. The first I knew that he had cancer was pancreatic cancer, and it wasn't one of those things, oh, it spread all over him. It was just the pancreatic cancer, and I suspect he didn't have it diagnosed at the time. But yeah, it wasn't good.
Okay. Well, if you don't mind, what I might do is just move on to some general questions about your health. They might not seem to you related to the problems you're experiencing, but a few little things I would like to ask, first of all. Some of them are yes-no answers, and I do apologise, but if I can just run through a few things with you. Do you ever get pains in your chest at all?
No.
Difficulty with your breathing? Do you find you're getting breathless at any time?
No.
Okay. And during sleep, for example, do you wake up with any problems with your breathing or discomfort in your chest?
No, I wake up, as I've told you, but not breathing, no.
Okay. Your ankles, do they ever swell up, have you noticed?
No.
Okay. Are you someone who suffers with indigestion?
Occasionally,
Okay.
yes, and perhaps I should have told you I take the Areni occasionally, yes.
And your bowels, have they been nice and regular, or have they changed at all, have you noticed?
No change.
Very good. We've talked about your appetite and weight already, so I know how that's doing. Also, I suppose, the other questions I'd like to ask are things like your mood and how you're feeling generally in yourself.
Well, I am a bit worried about this problem, and I think that is slightly affecting my attitude to life generally. I've got a couple of friends who, I've got a lot of friends who've got enlarged prostates, but a couple of friends who have developed into cancer.
Okay.
And that's in the back of my mind,
Sure.
certainly. And I've been told that I've been a bit grumpy prior to coming to this appointment, so I think I'm slightly, I am worried about that. Yeah, and that has affected my mood, certainly.
Yeah. So are you quite concerned that prostate cancer is a possibility with you yourself? Yeah. Well, we'll talk a little bit about that later on, if that's okay.
Cool.
Was there anything else you thought it might be causing it, or causing the symptoms to get worse?
No.
That was the main.
That's the main thing.
Okay. Well, I think what we might do next, if that's all right with you, is actually we'll go next door. We'll just do an examination, and I'll explain to you next door what we're going to do and how we do it, and then we'll come back in. We'll have a little bit of a chat and talk about what to do next. Is that all right?
That sounds fine. Thank you.
Okay.